a clear voice like yours.
I'll tell you exactly what I wrote. I wrote nice tone.
Yeah, she has a strong voice.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We have just gone through our evaluation of all of our contestants here. All right, well, welcome, everyone. So glad each of you has been able to join us today. My name is Jeremy Ennis. I'm very excited and thankful for the opportunity from Sinach to be able to be a part of Gosgem here and to be a part of this competition here as we kind of join from all over the world here together to make these assessments here. Before we get into the judging part, I'd like to really just give a brief introduction. Some of these people don't need any introductions, but just a quick introduction to who we have here. First of all, highly esteemed Sinach. Welcome, Sinach. We're so happy and thankful for what you guys have created here and what you've done here. And I know there are so many all over the world that have been impacted through your ministry and music. And we're thankful and welcome. We're happy to have you here. Also want to say a wonderful welcome to Jim. Jim, obviously, as you've seen in his bio, and those that know him personally, is very accomplished worship leader as well. Has played for Pastor Benny Hinn over the years, and is now 10 years into his own ministry, which is wonderful. And then just a friendly wave from Danny down there. Danny is joining us from there we are. Thank you, Danny. Danny is a record producer, music producer. Has been doing that for many years. Has won many awards. So we have a fine-tuned ear joining us here today. Could be critiquing what I'm saying right now and maybe the tone I'm using it in. I'm not too sure. But we're so thankful to have Danny as well as everyone else that we have here today. So we will go ahead and get into this, our voting here. Now, prior to this session here today, there were 10 successful entrants who we probably won't spend a whole lot of time talking about in this section, but just wanted to congratulate them. We had, first of all, Io Sings. This young man, he was a firecracker.
From the rising of the sun till it's going down, your faithfulness is sure, your mercies ever new. From the rising of the sun till it's going down, your faithfulness is sure, your mercies ever new. No one does like I know what you've done for me. That's why I praise you the way I do. No one knows like I know what you've done for me. That's why I praise you the way I do.
So congratulations to him. We also had our entry number 3, Elwoma, was successful straight off the bat there. Number Number 4, Aliyah Zapata was a successful candidate from the first line of voting.
Oh, his name's
Chioma Jonavin.
Abundance of favor. It's in your love, oh, yeah. It's in your love, oh. That's an overflow, overflow. Abundance of blessing. I'm taking over. I'm taking over. There's an overflow, overflow. Abundance of blessing. It's in your love, oh, for me and you. It's in your love, oh, there's an overflow, abundance of favor. I'm taking over. I'm taking over. Walking in abundance.
Ruth Onwe.
Worthy is the Lamb. The angels bow down in adoration. We join them now as we lift a voice. We cry, worthy, worthy is the Lamb. The angels bow down in adoration. We join them now as we lift a voice. We cry.
We had Alake Felicia.
You do mighty things. You do glorious things. You're a faithful God. Awesome is your name. You do mighty things. You do glorious things. You're the faithful God. Awesome is your name. You do mighty things. You do glorious things. You're a faithful God. Awesome is your name. You do mighty things, faithful God. You do glorious things, faithful God. Awesome is your name. Mighty things you do each day in my life, faithful God.
Uwagu Dorcas.
I bring to you a sacrifice of praise with the fruits of my lips, giving thanks unto your name. I worship you with all my heart, with all my heart. I worship you with all my heart, with all my heart.
Hey, you, Archie Paul.
You are here, moving in on me. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. Hey, way make, miracle work, promise keeper, light in the darkness.
Kian Walter.
Exceeding abundantly, much more than I could ever think. Exceeding abundantly, you were able to do beyond the vision,
And last but not least, Divine Makola was our 10th successful contestant from the first part of the voting.
I'm in love with you, Jesus. You're my everything, dear Lord. In you, my life is complete. Every day, your love is new, and I love you with all my heart. Oh.
So now is when the real voting starts here, when we got to get into some of these contestants and what we like. So what I'd like to do is just take us through the order of our contestants here, and then I'm going to ask for individual opinions. Feel free to jump in if there's something you want to add as well. So at this time, we're gonna go straight to entry number 2, which will be Pepple Fortune. Pepple Fortune's 21-year-old student.
Holy are you, Lord, all creations call you God. Worthy is your name. We worship your majesty. Holy are you, Lord. All creations call you God, and worthy.
Let's start with you, Jim. What were your thoughts on Pepple Fortune?
Okay, she has a strong voice. She did have some pitch problems. A nice tone, very worshipful. In my number system, I gave her a 6.
Okay,
Which is
and
10
just
high.
to explain Jim's numbering system, Jim and Danny have both gone kind of on a numbering system from 1 to 10, and Sinach has rated them also very similarly with kind of 3 levels of excellence there. So, Sinach, what did you think of Pepple Fortune there?
Yeah, Pebble, she had a clear voice, like Jim said, but I didn't get so much because it was a bit pitchy. So
Okay.
I couldn't get so much because, there was no musical to guide her. And yeah, so without music, I couldn't get so much because I was wondering, she went from one place. So it was not a bit strong for me. So I
Sure.
would give her just good, just good.
Yep.
So it was like 5. Yeah, 5 was
Okay. So 5
5.
and 6. Danny?
I think, well, Jim has hacked into my camera. I think I'll tell you exactly what I wrote. I wrote nice tone, some pitch problems, but I
Yeah.
gave her a 6 out of 10 on pitch. and I gave her I numbered her a 6 as well. So
Okay.
I actually didn't mind some of these singing without a track. Um, it's a bit challenging to do that, but when you can do it
That's
and
true.
do it well, I think it's fantastic. And when you can really capture and hold us by doing nothing but your voice, I think it's great. I think in some cases it will certainly help some people. But that's where I was. Yeah, a 6 on that one.
Okay, so I think we all fell between a 5 and a 6 there. So we will have to see how that stacks up against the contestants as we move forward. Let's move on to number 7. Chappelle, I believe is how I would say that there, Chappelle.
I'm gonna dance and praise him. It doesn't matter what comes my way. The greater one lives inside of me. His name is Jesus. I'm born a winner. I am more than victorious. I'm a heir of his kingdom. I'm filled with the Holy Ghost. No weapon formed against me shall ever prosper. For the greater one, he lives inside of me, inside of you. His name is Jesus. No weapon formed against you shall ever prosper. For the greater one lives in me.
Great power in her voice. What did you think, Danny, for Chappelle there?
All right. For her, I wrote great voice and power. The thing
There you
that I
go.
wanted her to do was to find herself and not be just imitating the power necessarily of someone else. I felt like she was doing that and holding back on us a little bit of who she would be if she was singing the song and telling us who she was in the song.
True.
I
Sure.
gave her a very strong 7 to 8.
Jim,
Danny,
what were your thoughts there on Chappelle?
Danny and I are mind melding today. Yeah, exactly. I won't add too much because basically what he said is the same. I gave her a 7. She's definitely very much influenced by our dear Sinach. You know, you can tell she,
That's it.
which is great. You know, so she was good. Well, occasionally a pitch, but not too bad. Really good. Yeah. So I
And
7 is
our
what I gave.
dear Sinach, any opinion here for one of your proteges?
You know, I thought to myself that this is a voice I would like to tour with, because I think she came to my best 5. She had a great voice control, but
Mhm.
I'd like to see her sing something else.
Yeah.
Something else. But I think she was really good. Her control was good. I really liked it. So I would like to give her a strong point on that. I thought
Okay.
she was one of my very good people. Very good people.
Well done there, Chappelle. A strong rating there for the first round here. Probably between a 7 and 8 there, if we're going on a numeric scoring system. So well done. Let's move on to contestant number 8, Deborah Zulu. Deborah is a 24-year-old civil engineer.
Glorious in all of your ways. You make my life so beautiful. You are beautiful beyond no words cannot describe your loveliness. You are glorious in all of your ways. You make my life so beautiful.
Sinach, what did you take away from Deborah?
Well, I thought to myself that nothing really. Is it a voice I can remember? That was what I asked myself. I just thought that she wasn't as strong as she should be. And nice voice, good sound, but really nothing I can remember. It's not like so memorable like that. So
Sure.
someone like her would need to rehearse more, live singing more, so that it can bring confidence to the vocals, and
Right.
also her breathing system. That was what I thought. Yeah,
Sure.
Deborah Zulu. Yeah, good,
I guess
good
it's
sound.
it's a little
Yeah.
it's a little bit like someone on The Voice,
Mhm.
right? Without seeing them, you want their voice
Mhm.
to kind of capture you straight away.
Mhm.
So, what did you think about her there, Danny?
I agree with everything Sinach said on her. Good tone. I wrote that she needs some help with phrasing. She
Yeah.
would end the phrases a little soon and start the next ones in a bit awkward places. Um, I only gave her a 6, but I will say that I wrote this down. That I think she has potential. I actually heard something quite unique in her voice. That if she could find that place, she has a very unique voice, and it could be something worth
Yeah.
exploring if she's into like really pushing for it. I wrote there's
Mhm.
only out of the ones that we listened to, I only put little stars by 8 people. And those 8 stars indicated that if I had to save someone, this might be someone that I would save because I see something there.
Sure.
Deborah has a star by her name.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jim.
Yeah, I gave her a 6 as well. I thought she was good, but there were some pitch intonation problems here and there. And I agree with Danny on the phrasing as well. So I guess she would be also a potential save.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so I think we're probably again right in that 6 range across the board there. Again, going by that number system. Our next contestant number 9 was you might have to help me with the pronunciation here, but I have Kudzaishe.
Kuzaishi.
Kudzaishe. She was 21 years old.
I worship you. You're the Lamb upon the throne. I worship you. You're the ruler of my heart. I worship you, for you deserve the glory. And I express my love, I express my love for you. I express my love, I express my love for you. I worship you, you deserve the glory. I worship you.
What did you think of Kudza there?
I think for it might be a problem of a song choice and a key choice. So if you could switch the key for her, it could make a lot of difference.
Sure.
So I think that's what happened. So there was no music in the voice because it
That's
was
right.
probably on a wrong key. So a key change could make a difference for someone's voice because it will determine if it's musical or just flat.
For
So
sure.
for her, I think that's what happened to her. I think that's what happened to her. So
Okay.
I don't know if she's able to make it to the. I would like her to look for a key that she can express her tone with, the tone of her voice with. So that's
Right.
what I thought. So I gave her a good, nothing good. It could be a 5. It could be a
Okay.
5.
Okay.
5. Yes.
Jim.
Exactly what Sinach said. I gave her a 5. She had some really pitch problems, basically because of the things that Sinach just said. But there was a sweetness about her, though, that came across. Not just in her voice, but her spirit. So, for that, I gave, but I would say 5.
Okay. And Danny.
Well, it's going to sound a bit boring, but I'm right there with them exactly. I said a 5 as well. there were a lot of pitch problems, but I did write down that there was something about her spirit that I really loved. Um, and that's really important because you can have the best, strongest vocal with the greatest pitch in the world, and if you
True.
can't connect in the spirit,
Connect. Yeah.
then it won't even matter. But
Oh,
and she
You're right.
beautiful, and I really like that about it. Like, it had a beautiful spirit to her when she was singing.
Yeah. So, Kuzadisha, if you're listening, that's some great feedback there. A couple things to work on vocally, but keep that spirit about you. Keep that same spirit that you have right
That's
now.
right.
Number 10, Modena. Modena was a 26-year-old psychology student.
You are beautiful beyond all my dreams. Words can't describe your loveliness. You are glorious in all of your ways. You make my life so beautiful. Awesome God, you are so good. Awesome God, you are so good.
Danny, what did you get from Modena?
Okay, I have needs to work on vocal strength, but has a nice tone. You know, she didn't get a good score. I gave her a pretty low score of a 4.
Okay.
But, and you're gonna, you know what? I noticed in my notes as we say this, when we say, I got to some of them and I just said, and I would abbreviate and just say weak. And I want to clarify like what we all mean by that when you hear the word weak. It's about vocal strength. It's about anything that you do. You have to do it every day and do it.
That's right.
All day, every day. And if you don't, you'll hear it. And it's really difficult if you're not a singer that sings every day to come out and feel very confident and very strong. And I just didn't feel like she sings a lot. And I hope that, through the contest and through the mentoring that Sinach is doing with all the singers, I hope the things you're learning and is that singing is really hard work. I love working with singers, but singing is very difficult work, and it takes a lot of time, and you have to work at it every day. I think that was a big thing there. I don't think it's something that she does all the time, and it was more of a strength thing.
Okay, beautiful. Thanks for sharing, Danny. We'll get one more opinion on this contestant, and we'll move on. Sinach.
Okay, do you know exactly? See what I wrote? I said needs to sing more, probably in the choir, to get more experience as a singer, and practice more with privately, more with other musicians. That was what I wrote. I thought she, like Dan said, I think she just started singing, maybe, and just decided to take it. So singing is not what your voice is. It needs to be strengthened like every other instrument. It needs practice to even know what is my voice. What do I sing? Do I sing alto? Do I sing soprano? Where is my strength? Where's the key that I can perform better on? So those are the things that she needs to come up to. She has a nice tone, but a lot of work needs to be done on that voice. So probably not just the music as a hobby, but if you want to be serious with music, you have to rehearse. You have to take it more seriously.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'm just presenting, but the notes, the thing that hit me with her was that she went flat quite a bit on her top notes. So when she kind of hit those top notes, that's where she suffered a little bit there. All right, we will move on to. Sorry, go ahead, Jim.
I want to say she did have a good range, but she didn't have control all the way through her range. So I didn't get any more. But that was a 5 for me as well.
Sure.